Yo, it's Taya. So today is Learn Something Wednesday, and we are going to look at how you can maximize your internet data usage and not have to buy any more extra data during these COVID-19 times. This is specifically for those of you who are in Sri Lanka and do not have unlimited data, and I'm going to be testing it out on SLT, Dialog, and Hutch. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and let's get started.
Aki, you finished the data again. What's wrong with you?
Welcome back, guys. So the past month during lockdown, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about how much of a problem they've been having with regards to their data usage, myself included. Now, this is something I've always thought about, and I've always thought to figure out best practices to minimize our usage. And so without further ado, I'd like to share my top 5 tips on as to how you can maximize your internet data usage during this time. The first one is simple and a definite must. No matter what service provider you're using, I highly recommend you download their mobile app, set up your account on the app so that you are able to see your usage on a daily basis in real time. This way, you're going to know how much of data you're using on a daily basis and how much data is going to be used when you watch a movie or stream a movie or do anything else that is data intensive. This is going to give you an idea of how much data you're using on a daily basis and help you plan how to maximize your data going forward. Step 2. Utilize your nighttime data. So there are many of you who do not understand how our data packages work, and although you are being sold a 120 GB package, most often it is 20 GB daytime and 20 GB nighttime. The nighttime data most often does not get used, and with almost all carriers it's between 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. So what I recommend is that you use this data by setting up torrents. I use torrents to download all the movies that I watch, and it's as easy as just heading into a site, looking for the torrent that you want to download. You get every show that's available, you get a torrent of it to download. The only downside is that you need to go through a bunch of sites, and there are lots of ads and pop-ups that you're going to have to navigate through, but it's a small trade-off. You can put a bunch of them to download starting at 12 a.m. and then let it download throughout the night, and you'd have high quality movies ready to watch on any device, whether it's your TV, your laptop, or your tablet. The reason you'd want to do this is so that you download those series and movies that you generally spend using most of your bandwidth on. By doing this, you're not using your daytime data, and that leaves you plenty of data to scroll through your social media platforms and do whatever other activities you need for the day. Majority of the time, most of your data is going to be consumed on streaming content, and unless it's something like YouTube, whatever you're streaming, you can always download as well. If you're not too familiar with setting up a torrent, I would say call someone up, ask them how to do it. If not, just head on to YouTube, type it. It's pretty simple. I use utorrent.com. It's an easy setup, and then thereafter you only need to hit on the search bar, type whatever torrent you want, and find the torrent and install it. Step 3 is an obvious one, but one that many people do not use because they don't understand the impact of it. It is to turn off your high definition of 4K streaming when it's not necessary. Most often, if you're consuming content on your mobile phone, streaming in 360 or 420p is more than enough. As you can see over here, I did a test on the same video. It's a 3-minute video. I ran it at 1080p and I ran it at 360, and you can see the difference in the amount of data used. You can compare that against the quality of the video as well, and you can see that it's a really small trade-off you need to make. And if you're watching on your phone, this is a definite no-brainer. You can save a lot more data by doing this. Step 4 is something many of us neglect, and that is your phone and laptop settings to auto update and background refresh your data. Now, there are some apps that you need to keep this on for, something like WhatsApp. If you want messages to be coming real time, then definitely you need your background refreshed. However, most of the other apps are not necessary, and it is also kind of creepy as to why these apps are continuously using data to upload and download data through our devices. So I highly recommend you go through your settings. You only need to do it once. Whatever it is that you don't want updated real time, just switch it off, and that is going to save you a lot of data in the long run. Pay close attention to the apps to which you are offering this feature on, because if it's something like mail and if it's something that you want a push notification for, often this is going to disable that. So make sure that you only off auto refresh on apps that you do not want sending you notifications, and rather would prefer it to update as you open the app only. This is going to save you a ton of data, and this is something that you never see using your data, but is constantly using it on a very consistent time frame. The last one is actually monitoring how much data you use. If you are purchasing extra GB on a monthly basis, make sure you upgrade your package to get to that point where you don't need to be buying additional GB. Whenever you are buying additional GB, you're actually losing out a lot, because for that same amount you could get double if not triple the amount of GB that you're purchasing at that point. Something I realized is that when you pay on your postpaid package, you are paying for GB during daytime plus getting an additional nighttime bonus. This is not the case when you're purchasing additional GB. When you purchase additional GB, which is also much higher than what you would pay for a postpaid package, you are only purchasing it for daytime. So I highly recommend that you audit how much data it is that you use on a monthly basis, and then update your package to that, so that you have plenty of data both nighttime and daytime, and do not need to go into buying extra GB. Just a reminder, buying that extra GB, no matter how small it is way more expensive than the actual cost per GB, as you can see over here. And just like that, we're done with the list. These are 5 extremely easy tips to put in place. You only need to do them once or twice, and it's definitely going to save you up to 50% of your data consumption. I too am waiting on practicing this more stringently over the next month, and I'm looking to document my process of using it on SLT, Dialog, and Hutch. Drop a comment down below if you'd like to see a detailed analysis of the download speeds and how they perform both daytime and nighttime. And if you've got any other questions with regards to our data usage here in Sri Lanka, do drop it down below. I know lots of people are having lots of problems with certain providers, and I think the best way that we can all address it is by publicly putting it out there, and I hope to get some feedback from you guys. If you find these 5 tips useful, please do let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.